Does Fresh suck? Has the Fresh Anniversary Realms been a failure? Prior to the release of Fresh, many people wanted these new Fresh Realms. So much so that they started a community Fresh on the Deviant Delight realm.
I think this server offers like a more intimate, old school feeling of vanilla than a new Fresh server would if it launched today. Because I'll tell you right now, if a new Fresh server launched today, it will be way sweatier than this. There will be lots of summoning networks. There will be boosting. There will be RMT from day zero. And that's, it is what it is. That's just WoW and 2024. But this server right now, as it is still a pretty small little village with some pretty like vibrant characters. There's already rivalries. And
as a side tangent, that was Cargos speaking about him playing on Deviant Delight, his experience, and ironically, he was playing on Deviant Delight because he was enjoying that experience and promoting it, and I was kind of in opposition of Deviant Delight in order of getting a Fresh realm because of the same things he said. He said, if we get a Fresh realm, it's going to be, well, exactly what Night Slayer and all the Fresh realms are right now. And I was like, I don't want that. Fresh is great, like the early days of Bloodsail on hardcore, but like just it goes out of proportion. Always does, always will. Like he just said, RMT from day one. But anyways, Blizzard is doing their darndest to listen to their players, so they say. And so they released a Fresh Anniversary realm. Initially, players were super hyped. And still many people are. But at the same time, many people are displeased with many of the issues of the Fresh realms. And what were the main reasons that people wanted Fresh in the first place? They don't like the bots on Era. They don't like the gold buying, the GDKP, the pay to win, and just the whole rat race of that. And of course, the fact that it was just, phase 6. They wanted Fresh. They didn't want to play on a realm where people were full bis because they felt left out. And overall, people said that Era was ruined due to all of those reasons. So this Fresh was, of course, released without GDKP. That'll stop the gold buying. Well, let's discuss if Fresh has lived up to your hope, because frankly, a lot of people are unhappy with it. I made a video prior to the release of Fresh saying that Fresh is not going to be what you think. I saw all this hype and I was like, whoa. You guys are, take off your rose-colored glasses, because on one hand, I hear you. I hear what you want. But you're going to be in for a bad time if you think that it's going to be all rainbows and unicorns and, this Fresh, it's going to be different. And people didn't like hearing that from me. The 4 main things that I said in that video were that the population is going to be much lower this time. The interest in this Fresh is much lower. And Blizzard is anticipating that. I said they're only releasing a couple servers, whereas in 2019 they had tons and tons of servers. And this turns out to be true. I was correct. In 2019, there were about 2 million people on Classic, and now there's only like 100,000 across all servers. And I was told that I know nothing about server infrastructure. Just because there's only 3 servers doesn't mean that they can't have tons and tons and tons of people on them and tons of layers. Well, the population just isn't the same in 2019. The desire isn't there. 2019 was this crazy thing that it'll never be repeated. The other thing I said was that the population, it's going to be less newbie. It's going to be a lot of people just following the meta and just hitting the ground running. I was a noob in 2019. Now, nearly all the players have min-maxed the ever-living crap out of this game, because they've done 2019 Fresh, they've done Season of Mastery, they've done SOD, they've leveled so many times, they know the game, they just it's just ingrained in them, and it's almost like there's only one way to play this game now. You can't just la 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 trot along, and no, you're not reading the quest text. You're just speed running it. You're downloading add-ons for leveling quickly. It's a whole different thing now.
The truth to the matter is, if I wanted to not rank, like, yeah, Dwarf Lord would be furious at me, but I could get away with it, probably.
From leveling to ranking to endgame rating, even super casual players do the same thing. They follow the meta. Like, if you're not ranked 14, good luck. The third thing I said is that world PvP should be less one-sided, thanks to the dual spec, no longer having to farm the world as Fury Prod or something like that. So I think that is the one net positive. People really like the dual spec, but there's a lot of other things they don't like. We can't replicate 2004, 2019, and I said 2025 is going to be its own beast, people. And that can't be any more true. Before I was even level 20, they were level 20 summoners, ready to summon me wherever I wanted. You want Scarlet Monastery? We got you. Boom. 1 gold, 50 silver, whatever the case may be. Tons of bots, tons of summoners. You think those people running summoners are playing the game? No, they don't play the game. They make money off of you. They just sell summons and then they sell the gold back to you, right? It's just this whole system, this crazy economy. I predicted it all, which didn't require me to have any sort of crazy insight. I mean, it's pretty obvious. We saw it in SOD. We saw it in SOM. It's just, we have min-maxed the game. The gold sellers have just done it all because people will buy it. And what were the initial comments on that video that I made? Overall, people were just like super hyped on for Fresh, and not really acknowledging what I said. It's like, I basically gave them a warning saying, hey, you think it's going to be this. I don't think it's going to be this. I think it's going to be this. And if it's this, then you're probably going to have a bad experience. Or like, you don't know what you're talking about. Fresh is going to be the best thing ever. I'm so excited. Are they still playing? I would love to know if those people who are super hyped are still playing, because a lot of people have quit. Like, I made a video recently about saying that I'm a guild master, and people just quit nonstop. Just yesterday, I realized that this shaman who got the first legendary, Hand of Ragnaros, he was so excited, so hyped, so pumped. And then he quit the game. Just craziness. People reach their little mini goals and they quit. But yeah, people are burning out, man. It's nonstop replacement for guilds, and from the very beginning, people, they leveled fast, they geared fast, they ranked to 14, and people are just spent. They're just spent. And speaking of rank 14, nearly everyone's rank 14. This is a change that happened long ago on Classic Era, right? But we didn't realize the ramifications of this change because it was released on Classic Era, where everyone had access to AQ40 and Nax, and so the desire to get rank 14, to be able to get loot in the first place, it wasn't really a thing. It was like, wow, I can spend, so many hours to get this rank 14 weapon, or I can just go to a AQ40 and like a Blackwing Lair, and I'll probably get a CTS or a AQR in a couple weeks because no one really needs it, right? So on Classic Era, people weren't really ranking like crazy. Some people were, but it wasn't like this. This time around, everyone's rank 14. Content has been trivialized. And it's fun, don't get me wrong. Without rank 14, a lot of people would be stuck with blue items. But now I'm giving CTSs to mages for the lols. We probably should have restricted the rank 14 for a couple weeks after AQ40. 50% of people have cleared Cthulhu. Okay, now let's release rank 14 so you can get your rank 14 weapons. Because so much of this loot is just meaningless in Blackwing Lair. Still, I feel bad for those players who didn't rank, because they're so casual that they're not even doing like the bare minimum rank 14, which so many people have. It's become the expectation, really. My guild is mid. It's not super casual because I mean I'm leading it, but like 80% of my guild is rank 14. It's just a chill guild. It's not a speedrunning guild. It's not a parsing guild. It's just a guild. And everyone being rank 14, that has reduced the desire to raid. We are on this 1 year compressed timeline, and people, it's like they're burning the candle at both ends. Because it's such a shortened timeline, they don't have, it's like they don't have time to stop and smell the flowers and enjoy so much that there is to enjoy on vanilla. It's just from one grind to the next, and I'm happy that we're finally in a bit more of a chill phase now, because like I'm not doing Scarab Lord. I will slowly grind Snare and Circle rep. Now it's just like I can just chill, and hopefully other people are realizing that now it's time that, you know, you don't have to go so crazy anymore. But overall, I think this fresh has been a rat race of gold buying, the economy being controlled by bots, the cartels, slow changes by Blizzard. Like, it took them so long to make a positive change for Black Lotus. It was embarrassing. It's like they didn't know what was going on their realm. It's just this rat race of ranking and gearing and leveling and on to the next rat race and racing to be ahead, to stay afloat, to meet the expectations of the raid, to get a raid spot. And then people stop and think for a second and ask themselves, why am I doing this? And that's why many people have quit. 2019 felt like the chill and relaxed version of WoW we all probably wanted this re-release to be. Watch the old videos of people who were streaming back then. It felt so innocent. People just having fun. People queuing Alterac Valley and just PvPing. Now it's like, okay, what's the most efficient honor per hour that we can possibly get? Like, everything has to be optimized. And if it's not optimized, get out of my way. You're griefing. Oh, they're in the midfield of Alterac Valley, report them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back then in 2019, for the most part, from leveling to dungeon grinding to Molten Core to Blackwing Lair, it was just a surreal experience back then. I remember being the off tank in the guild. The main tank was deep prot, and I went Fury prot, and I was like, okay guys, I'm gonna tank Magmadar. Keep me up. And you know, I did a ton of threat. I didn't die. And the next week, the main tank was Fury prot. This time around, you know, I main tanked as Fury prot in greens on week 1. Like, we just know so much more. Back then, there was only a small group of people who knew what we know now, right? Like, I was still leveling up, and it's like, boom, Molten Core cleared by apes, and we're just like, whoa. And now, every player is at that same level of, like, degeneracy, pretty much, as apes. Not quite, but for the most part, yes, it's ridiculous. We are all middle-aged people trying to relive our high school days, except instead of sucking at WoW, we know it inside and out, and you know, people will swipe their credit card to have the best stuff, and it just sucks the fun out of it, right? That instant gratification. Well, I've said enough. What are your thoughts? Are you still enjoying Fresh? If so, why? I would love to know. Do you hate it? Have you quit? If so, why? Let's see that in the comments. I'm still playing. I will slay Cthulhu. I will slay KT. But I also am finding myself enjoying my time on Classic Era as well. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a sub and a comment. Catch me live on my Twitch channel, Dwarf Lord TV, to connect with me or say hi to me in game on any of my characters. Dwarf Lord out.
And they say that the Dwarf Lord could save us. I'm not gonna pave here and wait. I'll hold on to the beard of the Dwarf Lord. Watch as we heroic leap away.